it's an inspiring story.
It is, and it's great for everyone because it gives you fuel. Like for a person who's coming up in life, even if you're not a fighter, you see what someone's gone through, and you see the success that hard work has created.
Right.
And it can be a roadmap for your own life.
It really can be.
Yeah.
It translates.
Oh, man, for sure.
And that's what Goggins is my favorite. He's my favorite guy, man.
Oh, he's
I watch
amazing.
all this stuff. I put on, there's this thing on YouTube called Goggins Motivation. So I'll be stretching and it's just him talking.
Yeah.
It's just, he's unreal, man.
No, he's unreal. And that's that guy. You want to talk about mental toughness. That guy's destroyed knees.
Yeah.
And he runs thousands of miles. It's just like every day he's running 15, 20 miles
Right.
every day.
Right.
With destroyed knees.
But he's taken his life where he came from, which is a terrible, terrible situation, and transformed himself. That's what I love about him.
Yeah.
The fact, and he's able to articulate it.
Yeah.
You know, and he does it very well. And he also talks about mental toughness in a way that I've never heard anybody talk about mental toughness. You know, when I was growing up, maybe it's the same for you. It's like, you got to be mentally tough. You got to be mentally tough. You got to suck it up. Suck it up. And it's like, you're processing that, but he breaks down, what does that actually mean in the suck, which is what he called, you know what I mean? Like, it's that conversation that you're having with yourself that we all have with ourselves when we're suffering.
Well, what Dave does is he does it in silence. Like, there's no one around, and he's doing it. No one's forced him to do it, and he does it because he wants to learn about himself.
Right.
And the way I've had conversations with him about it where he goes, I'm getting that deep knowledge. When I'm suffering, when I'm out there running those miles, I get that deep knowledge. I'm downloading information. Like, the way he's thinking about it, like his fucking heart is pounding, his knees are aching.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to keep going, but he's like finding his own threshold, finding his own limitations, and then knowing that he can push through that because he's done it before. I mean, he's almost died like multiple times with rhabdo and doing those 200-mile races and pissing fucking Diet Coke out of his dick. So that's what it looks like. It's fucking, your body's breaking down, your kidneys are breaking down.
Right.
And, you know, the guy goes to the hospital. He ran, I think it was the Moab 240. They had to take him out of the race because he got rhabdo. So he goes to the hospital, recovers, goes back to the spot where they had to pull him, and finishes the race.
God, I love that. God, I love that.
He's like, you're not beating me.
That's so great.
He's like, I'm going to complete this fucking race, even if it's
so
2
great.
weeks later.
Yeah.
Yeah, drop me off at the spot where I stopped.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's inspiring.
It's very,
It's also
very
him
inspiring.
also talking about shutting out the noise. Because it just, that's the society we live in now. There's a lot of noise around. There's a lot of things that can addict you. And I think you have to be more disciplined now than ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For the kids coming up too, it's like, all this stuff wasn't around when we were coming up. You know what I mean? It's like social media and all this other stuff that's just not good for you. And he talks about going silent and just quieting your mind and focusing